Having a miscarriage is going to be one of the best things that has ever happened to you as a woman. I'm an ultrasound tech. I see miscarriages all the time. And although in that moment of miscarrying, it can be very traumatic, it can be very hard, and you are grieving, but when you look at hindsight in 2020, you put the pieces of the puzzle together and actually realize that that was divine intervention. There was a woman about a month ago that made a video on here. She was 40 years old, talking about how she was 6 weeks pregnant and the father of the child ended up being married, and she was going to try to have him assume responsibility for the child, and he pretty much told her, listen, I'm not going to assume responsibility for that child. I am married. I have my own family to take care of. And so she got on here and she was very distraught and she was very upset. Well, it turns out that that woman just miscarried. As a woman, you are powerful, okay? Your uterus is a portal, okay? It is a spiritual realm that you hold. It is very picky. It is very, very selective. And your whatever goes through that portal, whatever goes through your womb, that is a soul, okay? Souls already know what they're going to come into, okay? Souls make a conscious decision. Am I going to opt in or am I going to opt out? Whenever you have a miscarriage, it is the soul, it is the spirit choosing to opt out of the experience that you, in the circumstance of life, is going to receive, and it knows what it has welcoming it, and it no longer wants to be a part of that. This is why you'll have a woman, she'll be married to one man and she will have a very hard time conceiving, or she will have multiple miscarriages, and then the relationship ends and then she finds a new person, and then next thing you know, they get pregnant on the first try. She has a healthy pregnancy, she has a wonderful pregnancy. Your body as a woman is constantly rejecting the things that are not good for it. And the thing about it is that, believe it or not, I was thinking about that woman that made that video, because I'm like, imagine waiting to get pregnant until 40 years old. Because the thing about it is that by 40, you would be making a conscious decision to have a child in most cases, I would believe. Not always, but I feel as though she kind of looked at it like, listen, I'm 40. If not now, when? If not now, when am I going to have an opportunity to do this again? And you could tell that she wanted to hold on so badly to this experience because of her age. But let me tell you, as someone that works in ultrasound, these successful pregnancies are getting up into the 50s, okay? Like, there are women out here who are 45 years old not trying to get pregnant, and they're accidentally getting pregnant out here. At the end of the day, you are going to realize that the thing that you so badly wanted for your life, when it comes to you procreating and when it comes to you bringing a life into this world, hindsight is 2020, and you are quickly going to realize that actually that thing that you thought that you wanted was not going to serve your best interest. This even happened to one of my really, really good friends. She was dealing with a horrible man, abusive man, very, very angry, very, very bad man. She ended up getting pregnant, and she ended up getting placental abruption, which essentially means that her placenta ripped away from the uterine lining, and she had a 50-50% chance of living. Unfortunately, her child ended up dying, and even amongst like the time when she was going to get surgery, she ended up calling the father of the child, and he didn't even like try to see her or anything. He just chose to take a flight instead to go to wherever it was that he had planned to go to. And looking back, although she was so sad and she was grieving the loss of her baby, she literally had finally come to the realization that she understands the reason why she ended up getting placental abruption. And anyone that understands anything with the uterus, and anything with obstetrics, the man is who creates the placenta. The placenta is all him. So the fact that something that he created ripped away from her uterine lining, meaning that the unionship that they had was then being severed, not only spiritually, but it was being severed physically, that was protection on her end. And she can look back and she can literally say, I understand why now all of this happened. So it may be hard now, but looking back, you are going to realize that your body, okay, and the spirit that you have, the portal that you have within your womb, within your uterus, it's always going to do its due diligence to make sure that the people that you are bringing into this world actually want to be here.